What you cooking?
KE, Florida water. I'm from Florida water trap pocket. Water fiends let her dance when it rock. All right. Welcome, football fans, to another exciting episode of the Miami Huddle podcast, where we discuss all sports across the entire nation. I'm your host, KE Official, alongside of my partner in crime, my brother.
King Admin, baby.
All right. And today we're about to break down the final moments of what could be the end of a season filled with a ton of disappointment from the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins has fallen to the 6th seed in the AFC and has given up the AFC East divisional title to the Buffalo Bills for the 4th straight year. It will now be over 16 years since the Miami Dolphins has won the AFC East division. Now, Miami has to travel to Arrowhead Stadium, where they will face the reigning Super Bowl champs in Kansas City, and will be playing in what could be -5-degree weather. The coldest game in Miami Dolphins history. The last time Miami Dolphins played in super cold weather was against the Kansas City Chiefs on December 21st, 2008. It was 10 degrees that game, and Miami Dolphins defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 38-31. Hopefully, Miami can repeat that game and go out and defeat the Kansas City Chiefs down in Arrowhead Stadium. But before we even talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, Admin, what are your thoughts about this debacle at Miami this past Sunday against the Buffalo Bills?
Man, I don't even know where to start, KE, man. It was just tough to watch.
Really?
A lot of highs early on. Don't get me wrong, a lot of rooting, and I was in the zone, man. We started off real strong. I liked what I saw. Running the ball, executing. That amazing touchdown by the A-Chain. That cut that he gave is that cut I was looking for him to give when we played the Ravens.
Right.
Great vision from A-Chain, and then we had that touchdown by Tariq. But man, oh man, was that second half just brutal, man. It was hard to watch, very, very, very hard to watch. And us being at home for that to be happening the way it was just a horrible night, man. It was just a horrible night.
Listen, man, I was at the game, and the first half of the game was super exciting. I mean, the fans made so much noise. I think the fan base really showed up and showed out. Although we knew the Buffalo Bill fans were going to come with it because they travel in packs, But Sunday night's game was very disappointing to me, man. We got outplayed throughout the entire second half of the game, and Coach Mike McDaniel was outcoached by Coach Sean McDermott. And Tua was outplayed by Josh Allen, despite Josh Allen having a terrible game. I mean, we just couldn't capitalize off of the mistakes that Josh Allen made, and Tua just couldn't take us down the field late in the fourth quarter to tie the game up. But I took a couple of stats here, man, that I just kind of want to talk about, because I know I mentioned that Coach McDaniel was outcoached in the second half of the football game, but I just kind of want to put it in perspective, because as you alluded to, the first half, Devon A-Chain, played pretty good, man. He made that one cut on Jordan Poyer and was able to but throughout the second half of the game, man, we just didn't run the ball, man. And
or effectively. There was a couple of plays in there where there was runs, but I don't know, man. We weren't executing like we was during the first half of the game.
Absolutely. So we know the Buffalo Bills got they got the ball during the half, right? Or after the half, and they played drive, which ended with the punt. It took 5 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock, right? Miami took possession, and 1st and 10, Tua Tagovailoa pass short right to Devon A. Chain. Okay, 2nd and 5, Tua Tagovailoa short pass to Hill, the tight end. Okay, 3rd and 3, Tua Tagovailoa pass short left to Braxton Berrios, which ended in a punt. Right. Let's continue to read off some more. So then the
Mhm.
next Miami offensive drive, they had 4 plays for 11 yards. Time of possession was 1 minute and 30 seconds. Tua Tagovailoa pass short left to Tyreek Hill. Penalty on Armstead for false start, 5 yards back. Then we went ahead and caught another pass play. Tua Tagovailoa pass short right to Tyreek Hill. 2nd and 15, Tua Tagovailoa pass incomplete, deep left to Cedric Wilson. All right. 2nd and 30, um, Jeff Wilson finally ran the ball, right? And 3rd and 24, Tua Tagovailoa pass short right to Durham Smythe, right? Um, and it went on and on and on and on like that, admin, for just about the entire second half of the football game. So when I say Coach Mike McDaniel was out coached by Coach Sean McDermott, I really mean that, man.
Oh yeah.
I really mean that. So terrible loss, very disappointing. You know, very disappointing, very disappointing. But when we think about, the season, it's not over yet, right? We still got
Yeah.
one more game to play. And I want to ask you, man, what does the Miami Dolphins have to do to win their first playoff game in 23 years, man?
Man, what do we have to do? What we can't afford to do, man, is play like we played last game. Start strong and just I don't know, man. When it comes to these crunch moments, man, these games, we had a great season, but these certain games is just like what's going on? Like, how do we fall apart the
Right.
way we do like that, man, with no answers? Like it's like we just get so cold and we let the other team dictate the pace at which we should be playing. And we have the talent on the team to be
Facts.
all that. Early on, everybody was just talking so highly of the Dolphins because the coach, the coaching staff, our quarterback, our key players that's on the field. But I don't know. Late in the season is when these games matter the most. But we keep turning up, what I'm saying, with cold feet or our feet stuck in the mud and we start hurting ourselves, whether it's penalties or, play calling and drop passes, man. We can't afford to do any of that. And I know I said last week we got to dig deep, man. We just got to go to a whole nother level of grit this game because we are going to Kansas City at home. The weather is not on our favor.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be blistering cold, and that takes a lot of drive out of people, man. Just being in the warm weather the whole year, just to be in negative possibility of -5 degrees is going to be tough. But I know if we win this Saturday, man, it's gonna change the narrative of, you know, uh, we're 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 just a facade or we're just a fraud team, you know. So Tua, Coach McDaniel's, the whole offense, because I can't blame it on the defense. Defense is doing what they're supposed to do.
And they put us in the game,
And
man.
oh yeah, they kept the game real close.
Right.
They prevented a blowout, had some major stops early during Buffalo, made at times what's his name, Josh Allen look like an amateur. 2 picks, man. Come on. That's all the defense is doing, But like I say, we believe in Tua. That's the Samoan sniper, man. He's our quarterback. We believe in our team. He's a Dolphin. So, I just feel like they just need to stop letting us down in these type of moments. So I'm wishing them the best. I'm gonna remain optimistic with this game. We do have the potential to beat them. We went out and got 3, incredible pass rushers. So that's showing me that Miami is taking the necessary steps that they need to be able to win. We got Bruce Irvin. We got Malik Reed and Justin Houston. You know,
I wouldn't
all
say
Pro
they're
Bowl.
incredible. I wouldn't say they're
Uh,
incredible, but I mean,
yeah,
they the best that's on the market right now.
in the market right now to give us a
Right.
chance to at least be competitive against Kansas City. And luckily for us, Kansas City's a little beat up. They're not playing the best ball this season, this year.
Mm-hmm.
But we know, man, it takes nothing for Patrick Mahomes to just turn on the switch and put the game on his back, man, and do what Patrick Mahomes always does. But I feel like we have a very, very, very high chance of beating them this year.
Listen, um, listen. I'm gonna just put it like this, man. If Miami Dolphins lose this playoff game against the Kansas City Chiefs, it will feel like all the joy that the Miami Dolphins has brought me in the beginning of the season was just has just been stripped away. Like it will feel, admin, like they have given me $250,000, and right before I present to the bank to cash it out, they just like straight up rip it all the way. Because
Yeah,
that's kind of been the telltale of the season, right? It's like we started off really strong, right? And then we ended the season poorly, you know.
poorly.
So, like, listen, man, they gotta rally together to pull this victory, out of a hat, man. They gotta do the best that they possibly can. And we can't talk about injuries, admin, because everybody in the NFL at this time of the year is dealing with injuries, you know?
Absolutely.
Um, and we can't have a game where we stop running the ball the entire second half of the game. Mike McDaniel have to have a lot more patience. Like he's a very like I've come to this conclusion about Coach Mike McDaniel, that he's a very impatient coach.
Oh yeah.
He's very impatient. He want he want the big plays right now, and don't want to allow the drive to develop into something, right? Like, because you've had success running the ball. I mean, they ran like the same play in the first half like 4 or 5 times,
Yeah, yeah.
and was able to capitalize off of it. Devon Achane was able to take it in for a touchdown. Why did we stop running the ball in the second half of the game? It just don't make sense, man. It don't make sense. So when I look at Vic Fangio, despite the injuries that Vic Fangio has had on the defensive side, he has done the best with the talent that he has out there on the field, and has been able to develop some form of formula to put the defense in a position where they're competing and they're giving the offense the opportunity to go out and make a play.
Make a
So
play, yeah.
I'm just gonna just go ahead and say that Tyreek Hill, like, you got to have a stellar game. It can't be like that BS you put up against the Kansas City Chiefs and Germany.
Right.
And like, I really need to talk about some accountability for Tyreek Hill, because late in that fourth quarter, Tyreek Hill dropped a slant pass. I know it was a pass interference call, but if Tyreek Hill catches that, he could potentially take it into the end zone and score a
To the end
touchdown,
zone. I
right?
was feeling the same way,
Like,
KE.
listen, I gotta hold Tyreek Hill accountable, man. Like, Tyreek Hill, I love the way you go about business, but dude, you are a star player that's making a ton of money. You getting paid, dude, and your job is to go out there and perform.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about some notable drops that he had this season. He had some drops in some big games. We had the Philadelphia Eagles game where
Yeah.
he dropped the wide open touchdown pass. He had the Kansas City Chiefs game where they threw him the screen, the screen route, and
Uh-huh.
he fumbled, and Kansas City Chiefs took that back for a touchdown. He had the Cowboys game where he dropped a wide open touchdown. He had the Baltimore Ravens game where he dropped a wide open touchdown. And he had this Buffalo Bills game where he dropped a wide open touchdown. So, Tyreek, this is the game that you have asked for. You have asked to go into Arrowhead, right, to do your dollar. And right now, it's on you, bruh. Like,
There's a
right,
lot on
wrong.
him. You got to remember, he what he said. If you talk about the last outing we had with Kansas City, man, he was talking a good game, wasn't he?
Facts.
You know, he was talking about he's finally facing his team again. The last I remember, Tyreek, man, you ain't scored not a touchdown
And
on
they
that
ain't even
team, man.
rock with him, bro. They ain't
They
even
didn't.
rock with him. Like when you go back, he was mic'd up that game. And if you go back
Yeah,
and watch the like the highlights of that game of the mic'd up, like they ain't even rock with him. Like Coach Andy Reid ain't even rock with him, dude. So listen, I'm hoping and I'm believing in Tyreek Hill to go out and have a stellar game against his former team, right?
at
They
their
ain't want to
house.
facts. They ain't want to pay you, dog. You came down to Miami and we paid you. We paid you for every bit of what you're worth, dude. Now it's time for you to go put that on display, man. And this could be a good revenge game, a good redemption game, and I'm hoping that he pulled through. But Tua, dude, like you Tua, man, you I know you a spot thrower and you throw into windows, man. But listen, if the play is not there, you can't force it.
Thank
If the
you.
play is not there, you can't force it. You are the quarterback. I know Coach Mike McDaniel was calling the plays, dude, but you are the quarterback, and it's time for you to step into that role, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
holding Tua accountable too.
Oh yeah, of
It's
course.
time for Tua to
How
step
could you
into that
not?
role. It's time for
Yeah,
him to step into that role and do what we drafted him to do. We drafted you in the first round, dude, for you to play lights out and for you to show up in big moments like this one. Because everybody else has done that. Joe
yeah,
Burrow has done that. Um, Jalen Hurts has done that. Lamar Jackson has done that. It's time for you to step up and big moments, man. And this is an opportunity for Tua to go in and do what we all thought that he can do. And I don't even know if he could do it now. Tua, you got
yeah.
to prove me wrong. You got to prove me wrong that you're that guy. I'm not going off of the um 4,000 plus yards, passing yards that you threw for this season. It doesn't matter. I rate you off of wins and losses, and your win and
Thank you.
loss ratio is really good, but not in big games. And you just got to prove me wrong. So listen, that's my thoughts on what they need to do to win this game, man. It's gonna fall on the shoulders of Tua and Tyreek Hill. Everybody else are expected to play, but not as hard and not as well as Tua and Tyreek Hill, in
Tyreek
my
Hill.
opinion. And that's it right there, bro.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree with you even more, man, because like I said, you had some phenomenal points there. You know, with Coach McDaniel calling the plays, you got to understand too is the one executing these plays, man. The coach can't see what you can see. The
Right.
coach is on the sideline. He's not in the realm of danger. If you're not comfortable to him, man, just throw the ball away and go for the short passes. Sometimes, man, we was going. You know what? Looking back at the game, I looked at some of the highlights. You know, in certain situations, I could give Tua a pass because if you go the first two downs for losses, then you want Tua to become Superman and throw these third and longs. You know, and you know when Tua starts getting into that pressure, man, he start making these mistakes. It's kind of like the play calling just has to be a lot better for this game because it's like, man, we can't afford to go negative play on first down, negative play on second, or maybe 2 yards second, and then expect Tua to convert on every third down. That's how he starts getting the pressure, and if he don't get the first down the way he should, now you start seeing how the game starts leaving him when he goes to the sideline. And you don't ever see this man looking at a tablet, man. With some man,
I
Tua
don't
is never
listen,
looking at it.
but see, that's what I mean though. That's what I mean though, admin. And
Wow.
listen. Like he got control of the offense, right? Like Coach Mike McDaniel has given Tua that amount of respect. He's given him that level of respect. Tua Tua has to check into runs, or he has to call an audible into a run when he's reading certain coverages, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
gotta hold Tua accountable, man. I gotta hold Tua accountable. Like he has command of that offense, and he need to do what is necessary, right, to make sure that he's putting that offense in a position to succeed.
Thank
And that's just it. Like Tua, you got Shannon Sharp pulling out papers saying he got receipts.
you.
Like Tua, you said you keeping receipts, but you can't be keeping receipts, and then you folding in big games like this last game you played against Buffalo. You just can't.
Oh man,
And
talk about
listen,
a gut punch.
listen, I've earned the right to be able to criticize Tua as a fan. As a fan of the game, I've earned the right. I've earned the right because I have been an advocate for Tua, man. I've been an
Oh
advocate for
yeah,
Tua. I got multiple Tua Tagovailoa jerseys. Like I'm the first one to come to his defense. But you know what? He's the franchise quarterback. He's QB1, and he got to play like he's the franchise quarterback. I can't I can't hold him to the same standard as a Browning, the backup quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. No, I have to hold him in that same regard that I hold a Jalen Hurts, or that
yeah,
I hold, excuse me, or that I hold a Kyler Murray, uh, a Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I have to hold him to that same regard. He needs to put the offense in a position to win this game. It falls on the hands of Tua Tagovailoa, and he keeping receipts. Everybody else is, especially
yeah.
Shannon Sharp.
Especially because you know he got a rebuttal, and then not only that, Tua's got to show us that hey, this is our division, man. We're gonna keep going against these same teams every year. How long is it gonna take? That's why you know what? This is a good sentiment of mine. Is how long is Coach McDaniel or the Dolphins organization gonna look at Tua Tagovailoa as the franchise quarterback until they don't anymore,
Right,
and they don't believe and trust in them anymore? Because it can't happen. You know, you give the man a big payday, you want to believe in him, but he's showing you talking to the media that you believe in him, but when it really matters, he's always falling short. How long will you continue to support that quarterback until you just can't no more? You know, and I really don't
right,
want it to end up like that for Tua. You know, he has a great backstory. He came out the same system Jalen Hurts got out of from Alabama. They played for the same team, same coach. You know, both suffered injuries. Look at what happened to Jalen Hurts with his finger, but he still stayed in the game, man. Just that
right.
toughness, man. And like I say, we always will face the Buffalo Bills, no matter if we like it or not. They're part of our division. We will always face the Jets every year, the Buffalo Bills every year. We got who else we got in there? Help me out, Kay. We got
The
Buffalo
Patriots.
Bills, Jets, the Patriots. Yeah, the Patriots, and I think there's one more team, isn't it?
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
these guys we face every single year. So if you can't find a strategy, yeah, we beat the Patriots, but the Patriots are having a horrible year this year.
Hmm.
The Patriots was always our kryptonite when Brady was over there. Remember that, KE?
Yeah, I remember.
We
I
had a
remember.
tough time beating Patriots once upon a time, you know, and then there was the Bills now. Now we, steamrolling over the Patriots. Of course, they don't have no elite quarterback back there, you know, but then we have the Buffalo Bills now that's just been spanking us year in and year out 4 times. We only beat them once. And if you look at tonight's Hard Knocks, Jerome Baker been with the Dolphins for 6 years and only beat the
Mhm.
Buffalo Bills twice, he said. Come on,
Speaking
guys. It's like
speaking of hard knocks, they speaking of hard knocks. Listen, that episode was watered down, man.
watered down. Thank you.
That was a watered
Why they
down
doing it
episode.
that? Why they doing that?
Like
They editing to make sure that we don't look as bad as we are?
that episode was watered down, man.
Come on, man.
Episode was watered down. Like that's just all I'm gonna say, man. Like That episode was watered down, and all of that don't matter. That hard knocks,
Didn't mean nothing.
don't
It ain't
mean
give me no
nothing.
perspective of that fire we was looking for. We
No,
spoke about on the
absolutely
last
not.
episode.
And
None.
listen, it ain't gonna mean nothing if we can't go out there and win, if we can't go out there and execute. So, um, as a longtime Miami Dolphin fan, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm disappointed in the way that we have been playing ball, because one will say, "Oh, we got all these injuries, da 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 da," but we are in the game. Like, we are in a position to win the game. And when you are
Thank you.
placed in the position to win the game, it does not matter about injuries. And you know what? Prior to the injuries, we put ourselves in this position.
Thank you.
When we played against Tennessee, we put ourselves in this position where we couldn't lock up the second seed. If we had won that Tennessee Titan game, we wouldn't have had to play all of these starters against the Buffalo Bills,
Buffalo
right?
Bills, right.
Because we would have locked up that second seed. But prior to the injuries, we put ourselves in that position. And listen, we can't um we can't expect this season to be a success if we lose this playoff game. Because you know what? It don't put us in no better shape than where we were last year. We made it to the playoffs and we lost the first playoff game.
The first playoff game.
So if we lose to the Kansas City Chiefs, I would have considered this season to be a losing season, a failure, because we could not surpass what we or the level that we reached last year.
Last year, yeah.
So we had to go and play Buffalo Bills in cold weather last year in the playoffs, and we have to go to Arrowhead and face the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning Super Bowl champs, in cold weather. Now, the biggest question is whether or not we're going to be able to finish. Now, Tua wasn't able to play in that playoff game last year. We played with Skylar Thompson, but we got Tua this year. And I ain't questioning his toughness. I'm not questioning Tua's toughness because, man, he fought through this season. Whatever dinks he had, he fought through them. And I respect him for that. But we're not talking about, like, whether he's tough or not. We're talking about him finishing games.
Yeah.
And what I need to see Tua finish games. And this is
Ooh.
a big one.
Yeah.
This is a big one for them to go into Kansas City and come out with the dub. So they signed Justin Houston. I know you mentioned that. Justin Houston used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs, which could be a revenge game for him, right?
Yeah.
In 2014, he made it to the Pro Bowl. And that was his third consecutive Pro Bowl selection. He started in all 16 games in 2014 and recorded a career high 69 combined tackles. He had 60 solo tackles, which make me feel really good because in his prime, at least, he made a ton of tackles. He had 22 sacks, 5 pass deflections, and 4 forced fumbles. So, again, that's 2014. This is 2023, right? He played for
2024, actually.
Yeah, 2024. Thank you for correcting me. It's 2024. He played for the Carolina Panthers recently and didn't do all that well, right? You can't ask for too much from him, but if he gave me a sack and a half, I'd be very satisfied with him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If he gave me a sack and a half, if he gave me a forced fumble, I'd be very satisfied with him.
Icing on the cake right there.
Facts. And listen, we almost forgot this. Like, before we close out, I'd be remiss if I didn't highlight Christian Wilkins. We got to give a round of applause to Christian Wilkins, man.
Yeah, Christian Wilkins, man.
Listen, Christian Wilkins, that man is a dog. He a dog. And he always plays really well against Josh Allen. You know, like, he went and had that strip sack against Josh Allen, right? And yet we weren't able to capitalize off that drive. Yet again, defense putting us in position to execute, and yet We ain't executing.
We ain't executing, man.
Tua, step it up, bro. Tyreek, catch the damn ball. That's why they say you're a body catcher. Because you running slant routes, the ball's hitting your hands, and you dropping them.
Yeah, dropping them. Easy passes, man, you know. Oh, well.
Like they say, grit boost. Grit boost, Tyreek. Catch the damn ball.
Grip boost, baby. You know what I mean? And look, the whole world is just waiting. And it's another prime time game.
Exactly.
Another
Saturday
prime
night.
time game. Saturday night this time, man.
Well,
So
they set us up, boy. They set us up.
Yeah.
But it's at night. No sunlight.
No, you know, it gets the coldest when ain't no sun out there.
What?
You know, they're trying to freeze the fish out there, turn us into fish sticks for real.
You know what? When fish is in ice, they can't move. They can't swim.
They can't swim. You know what I mean? So look, man, we the whole world is watching, man. You know, and our Dolphins, you know, the fans, we just, you know, we're gonna keep supporting, man, but we're tired of being bullied and picked on, you know, by all the other teams and by all the other fans out there. You know, this year, like I said, we had some games where we blew out teams that were non-winning teams. I would say these games are fairly easy. But it's time to just, you know, come on, guys. We believe in you. We know you could do it. Just prove all the naysayers wrong. Give us some ammo. Give us something that we could go to war with against all these other fans of these other opposing teams. You know, give us some ammo. Yeah, you got some nice stats. Yeah, we got some Pro Bowlers, but that won't mean nothing, man, if we can't win at least a playoff game. So that's all I got to say, KE, man.
Listen, bro, I'm done venting. Tua, show me what you got. Tyreek Hill, catch the damn ball. You questioning the fans on whether or not we're giving up too soon? Well, you need to catch the damn ball. You get paid a lot of money to catch the damn ball. That's what we need you to do. Injured or not, homie, catch the damn ball. All right? Football fans, thank you for standing with us through another exciting episode of the Miami Huddle podcast, where we discuss all sports across the entire nation. I'm your host, KE Official, alongside of my partner in crime, my brother.
King Admin.
Okay? We broke down what we thought the Miami Dolphins need to do this season. It's time for them to get down to business. Coach McDaniel, don't let yourself get out coached again on the road against the reigning Super Bowl champs. You got to show me what you got too.
Thank you.
Palace, what you cooking?
KE, Florida water. I'm from Florida water trap pop. Water fiends let her dance when the